But mi nimezaliwa Nairobi, this is the home I know. In any vision na kwa ganayo, I aspire to own a home in Nairobi. But ukiangalia, even the way the development is happening, me, I have no place, si belong anywhere. Because hata nilizaliwa Pangu, siwezi afford nyumba Pangani, siwezi afford nyumba Ngong Road, because price na kununua like pali unataka kujenga home. Everything has been taken over by apartments, so hakuna communities za watu kucheza. Basically tunakuwa phased out. Hata mi ukiniuliza personally, what has this government done for me? Not much to begin with the others, but this one in particular, where I'm participating in the economy, has done very little for me. I feel very insecure financially. I feel very uncertain when it comes to safety. Hakuna kitu na enjoy about this regime, and that's just a personal opinion.
Yeah, I think also for me, nilijua that hakuna mali tunaenda the moment nilienda kwa mama mboga, akanikatia mboga za 50, ikabidi nikule hizo mboga kutoka Monday to Friday. Kwa sababu the rate at which mboga hata imekuwa expensive. Huwezi afford kula ugali na mboga. You know, unapika ugali asubuhi, unakula asubuhi, saa 7 na jioni the same food kwa sababu honestly the economy is not even okay for us. Me don't understand when they say wamejaribu kutengeneza health sector when SHA is not working and wana try to rub it off that apana, you know it's working. It's working, yes, but for some people. I don't understand why girls are still suffering to get pads. Yani imefika mali pali watu rich na middle class na the other ones, like sisi wote tuko pamoja, as in we are all poor at this point because hakuna kitu government imefanya to make any situation better apart from when you wako kwa government. Only I don't understand that economy si mbaya.
Nakumbuka president akikampeni alikuwa anasema manzei government kuja kusaidia tu pale chini, because hata ukiangalia like the logo of UDA like iko na kawilbaro, so hiyo maanisha mtu pale chini, na pia motto yao ya UDA ni kazi ni kazi. But clearly kazi si kazi, because kama watu wa juu na watu wako tu ndo na, because tuliona last week asante member of parliament ilikuwa senator amebaya mtoto wake gari kubwa ya milioni. So hao ndo watu wake tu ndo wanasaidika, but ule mse anafanya pale hata tutoke mjengo because yeye wheelbarrow. Huo mse apati kitu. In fact hata anaenda do less home, na pia food imekuwa expensive, unga hizi nunua, na pia akikuwa mgonjwa kwenda hospitali tena ni stress, like kila kitu tu ni stress kwa hii gava. So I feel like me vile okay, kuna mtu atasema wako sawa, but me kwangu as Tunizol na feel gava bado me disappoint.
Hata expressway kujengo kwa hii regime, but still like kama hiyo ndio kitu ya maana sana imefanyika. First mtu anaweza shuka expressway akifika hapo mwisho juu inakuwa na jam. Vitu tu zina happen has it make sense. Mimi hazijanifurahisha.
Honestly same, and so far since sema for those 3 years there's something there's a pinpoint in this regime imefanya for me or for anyone else that I know, honestly.
Do you think people will take Jimmy Wanjigi seriously, and what is the future if these talks continue from Jimmy Wanjigi to Okiya Omtata about look?
I jokingly told Jimmy Wanjigi after the show, you should brief your security. I mean, I didn't mean, but it is serious that he's opening a box that nobody has ever opened. People are beginning to question things they will never have questioned. The truth in this country, and I think many other countries, is you cannot clearly show me the monies you have collected, and worse still, you cannot show me what the money has done. Every year we budget, we put money on roads, we put billions in infrastructure. But sometimes, even before the tendering process is over for those projects, the year has ended. We never even get to know where the money goes. I'm talking like a layman. Maybe you can say you are carrying over. And if you are carrying over, why will you allocate another 200 billion?
At the moment, we're just painting a picture of what if it was to happen 2027, who would you prefer? You know, there are people who would vote for Rigiji just because they want Ruto out. There are people who would vote for Wanjigi just because they want Ruto out. There are people who would vote for Ruto just to prove a point that
I would like to ask my fellow Kenyans that please don't go that direction. In 2027, in 2022, the people who voted Ruto just wanted one thing: Uhuru amaliza aende. Sai tunalia kabisa. Then if we do the same in 2027, sure. You know, my party leader is a man who can just forget about all these things. Huyu amesema kuna mansion, aende kwa hiyo mansion yake na aishi na asiwahi wasumbua. But why come out here? It's out of that, and I will really ask them to but by the way, social media inaendanga na algorithm ya vitu zenye unapenda kuwatch. But there is I've seen it on Dr. Fweneke.
Okay.
To get to know my party leader before we roll out our campaign, watch these podcasts. He's everywhere. He's on Dr. Fweneke, he's on Alpha House, he's on Ikonini, he's on Lin Ngugi.
On day one, ukiekelea Biblia chini hivi, there is no debt we are paying that is odious.
I am going to do the following. I will suspend all debt payments with immediate effect. We have done an audit to date on what are public records. But as I'm seeing in other countries, Senegal being one, Zambia another, when new governments have come in and they do an audit, they find other things. Okay? So we will do what is called an in-depth audit, because we believe maybe some of these books are fudged. An in-depth audit. Senegal, when Traore went in, they said that they had 70% GDP debt ratio. All right? He discovered that it was more like 96, 98 after a few months of an audit. When Chelema got in Zambia, he found loans he was in shock about that Lunga had taken, that were never public records,
yes,
as required by law. So the first thing we're going to do is a clear audit, and I don't believe it will take more than 3 months. But we will suspend all debt
payments.
And I believe Kenyans are very right to know the truth of this monster, and we shall publish the truth. And I'll tell you, it is our belief that we do not have debt, and any legitimate debt we have has already been paid to illegitimate sources, and we will not pay those illegitimate sources anymore, and we want our money back. All right? So we believe we're beginning Kenya on a new slate. We'll have a saving of a minimum, we believe, of 2 trillion shillings a year from the current taxation, tax revenue that is.
That is the amount of money
tax
we
revenue
save.
On tax revenue. Now, what does that allow us to do? That's where we get to our second finger. It allows us to ensure that we can provide free universal health care for anyone who is a Kenyan citizen. That your ID qualifies you to get free
health care.
And I think I want us to reach a stage where we start talking about what is that quality of that health care. That is when now we'll really be debating issues. All right? But you'll get free universal health care. There'll be no SHA shift payments.
We are now seeing, presidential candidates and even Gen Z presidential candidates. So how is this going to play out? Because it feels like now it's a crowded pitch, for lack of a better word.
I think that's democracy. And I think it's a very good thing for this nation. I believe that previous elections, we've been going through what you call a learning curve. You must understand that we had our first presidential election in 1992, right? How many years after independence? And we now have transited to more and more open space. What was most interesting is that the first two-party race was in 2017. Before, there was always other players or what you call donkeys. And it was premised on winning an election. You must understand it's all premised on winning an election.
Yes, indeed.
But our current constitution is so clear about us getting a consensus. We can be very many candidates, and if in the first round nobody gets the 50+1 and does not do the counties, 24 counties plus one or so, to win, then you go to a second round where you have the two top candidates, and that's a filter system already built in. And the hope of that, of course, is that that filter system brings the issues that the people who have raised, and you're forced to compromise on the issues. I'm hoping that this election does that we are moving away from personality politics. We are moving away from tribal politics. We are now in the realm of clarity about the issues that belag every home in this nation.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua lies zibe nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Pile up, yoni.
Enyewe, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.